with this next month when we can get all these answers. Trustee Sajesi?
Yes, just to that point, we now have, the Italian government has a new model in place, and they were the ones actually who requested that the association look into to implementing this program with the JKSK. So we are currently, the association is currently looking into expanding junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten programs. The other thing, may I just answer to your point with regards to bell times and the extra 20 minutes? I believe, this is my personal opinion, that the extended day will actually save us money. And again, I'm going to request that staff look into this, because if we take a look at a school within a community, let's use Pope Francis as an example, the bus that is picking up students en route, right, by the time they get to the extended day, which is 20 minutes more, they can pick up the students. It doesn't need to be another bus. I know we look at per seat cost, but it would be that same bus. So anyway, we could look into, I'm sure staff could look into that, but again, there is a new model. There are a lot of opportunities here for growth. We are in a position to say the more numbers we have, probably the more money we will receive. So I don't see a problem. I really don't.
Just to that, thank you so much. I was thinking about that because, you know, our lunchtime supervisors, I don't want to say how much they make per hour, but they make so much per hour, and our instructors make so much per hour. We don't get, we get funding for supervision, but, you know, and our multi-year financial recovery plan talks about reducing the number of lunchtime supervisors. But if we got money from the Italian government to put in instructors, then, and funding for the government to offer an FDK program, it actually may be cheaper, right? Depending on subsidies. But I did look in the Ed Act, and I don't know, because I just did a quick read, and it said primary, junior, and first 2 years of intermediate, which is grade 7 and 8. So can we get some confirmation of whether or not an FDK program would qualify for funding from the ministry? And just to that, why it would be beneficial to us. I'm just trying to help here. So you talked about a dollar amount per class, whatever it is, 60 whatever dollars. We get a penalty if the class sizes are not at the average. Yes, we do. We do. We get a dollar less per.
It's called a clawback.
A clawback.
Yes. So if we're not at 23,
yeah,
they claw back a dollar.
What I'm saying is, the reason we're not at 23 is because the ministry has 90% of our grade 1, 2, 3 classes are at 20. And so it's very difficult for us to hit that 23 target. If you're doing a Saturday program, you could put a whole bunch of kids in there, but we have this size. If we added FDK classes, and they're much larger, that could bring up your average to then not have a clawback. So that could be beneficial to bring in the FDK classes, because you would no longer have the clawback either. So if Mr. McNeil could look at all those various possibilities and see where we land for next month, that would be very much appreciated. Do any other trustees have any questions? Okay, Trustee Grella, thank you.
Okay, I want to know, just for my own thing, like, okay, a parent comes up to you, they want the program, but is there going to be a point where what percentage of parents must agree to extend the program at a school? I want to know what percentage.
That's the motion.
Yeah.
The motion is that we would proceed with the program, and staff would bring back a process which would include a percentage of some sort.
Okay, so that's part of the motion.
Yes.
And coming back in October will be a fully financial, I guess what I'm looking for.
Mr. McNeil, can you have the numbers by October, for the October board meeting?
Or November, whatever.
October.
Hopefully.
Okay, well, we're going to prioritize it, because we're going to vote on it whether or not you have it or not. So I know there were a lot of questions.
How can we vote on it if there's no financial? We are in a deficit.
No, but I'm just
we
putting
have
pressure.
to be fiscally
Okay.
responsible.
I'm putting some pressure on Mr. McNeil. I think we should prioritize these calculations. Who was the second? No, who was second? Trustee Wixton and then Vice Chair Eifrid.
Thank you. This is a short question. So you mentioned that the request for funding has to go in by October 15th. What date do they confirm funding?
Right now, our October 15 deadline is, we've already covered it. Everything's fine. We will receive information shortly thereafter. But we already know that we are getting more money because based on what we already received, we have informed them that there is a potential for growth. So we've put in more money. Now, when we'll get it, I'm not sure the exact time, but it would be probably within maybe a month or two. I'm not sure. Yeah, it will be fast. We were just
Okay, so
waiting
what
for
I'm looking-
approval.
What I'm
Sorry.
looking for, just to be clear, is the date that we will have confirmation of funding, because that's what allows the planning to happen. I think this goes back to Trustee Cotton's point about having a calendar, a timeline that has all of these pieces built into it. So alongside with the financial information that we require, a calendar or a timeline, whatever you want to call it, is also going to be necessary, because how can we make decisions on expansions if we don't know when we'll know if it will be funded?
Vice Chair Eifrid, and then I believe you're last.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting back here and I have to say, I'm kind of stunned because here we have a country that's giving us money and we're putting up so many barriers. At the end of the day, if let's say that the Italian government says we're not going to give you any more money, we have all these Italian instructors that are working for us. And we would not just shut the door and say, sorry guys, go and collect unemployment. So it'd be a process. So a lot of questions, I get it. I think that Trustee Sagezi did amazing by providing a lot of those answers, but it was almost like constant, let's throw something else at them. I know that the Italian government is happy with us. Again, this is such a privilege to get this association from them, that, and they are offering suggestions about the kindergarten. So I don't think they're going to pull the rug and say, we're not going to support you anymore. You know, there's a lot of other factors that have to be dealt with bell time or whatever. But I think we should go into this positively, not to think that, you know, the CFO is going to come back and say, this is doom, and you're going to have to cancel the program. I don't even see that. I just think this is such an amazing, good news story that we're going to provide this to our students and maybe some other schools that want, other schools in Markham, you know, all over. A lot of people want. We had one lady who came our last meeting or the meeting before, and she was interested in the Italian program, St. Julian. I mean, this is a good news story. So I look forward to the report, and you know, I'm sure that Trustee Sagezi can give you all her notes, and we would tell you when the money is coming when we know. We don't know. They're on their own schedule. But I know that we're in a deadline to get it in October 15th, very involved, detailed. I know that Superintendent Arcady gave us all the information we needed to fill out the forms. So listen, fingers crossed we get more than we want. But we have a lot of companies outside, a lot of associations outside that are giving us money anyway. So the Italian government is amazing, but all these other associations are amazing, what they're giving us as well.
I think we're done. I think if people have any more questions, it's 9:30.
I was just saying that.
No, I
as a
haven't
trustee,
recognized you.
We have a
So-
right to ask
Sorry, Trustee
questions.
Grella, you haven't been recognized, so I'm just cutting. I did say Vice Chair Eifrid will be last, and if you have further questions for Mr. McNeil to put in a report, please email them. Otherwise, we will have an opportunity next month to further debate this once we have all the information that we've requested. We're going to, actually, we have 2 delegates today. So to our delegates, thank you very much for joining us this evening. You have 5 minutes, at which time the microphone will be turned off. So please begin when you're ready, and the timer will begin.
Thank you. Good evening, trustees and members of the school board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Laura DiFrancesco. I am a parent and member of the Pope Francis Catholic Elementary School community in Kleinburg. I am here to respectfully request your consideration for implementing the extended Italian language program at our school. Over 30 years ago, when I was a student within the Toronto Catholic District School Board, I was fortunate to attend the Italian Language Day program throughout my elementary years. This program was initiated in 1979 and in the early 80s within the YCDSB, and I'm confident that many of your own children were also fortunate to benefit from this valuable program. That experience provided me with a strong foundational knowledge of the Italian language and deepened my connection to my heritage. Pope Francis Catholic Elementary School has been open for nearly a decade and serves a student population of approximately 900, many of whom come from families with Italian roots. Despite this, no formal survey has ever been conducted to gauge parent interest in expanding the Italian language program at our school. In the absence of a formal survey, I initiated a petition within my immediate network of friends and neighbors. In a short period of time, we gathered 140 signatures in support of introducing an extended Italian Day program at Pope Francis, which I believe the board has a copy of. Please note, this support came solely from my surrounding circle without any broad outreach, and I'm confident that if a formal survey were distributed to the entire school community, the response would be overwhelmingly in favor. Currently, 21 elementary schools within the YCDSB offer the extended Italian Day program, including several schools with much smaller student populations than Pope Francis. If those schools are able to successfully offer the program, then a school of our size and demographic makeup should absolutely be considered a strong candidate for inclusion. In July 2025, the International Languages Day program received significant and generous funding from the creation of the new Ital Lingua Cultura Association. $270,000 came from the Italian government, $35,000 from the Canadian Italian Business and Professional Association, and $5,000 from Heritage Calabria. This continued level of support from international and local partners will help offset any additional costs with expanding the Italian program within the YCDSB. To my knowledge, there is no current process for schools to request this program. It is expected that an educational institution maintain an up-to-date and transparent process for accessing such programs with demonstrated demand. Despite my ongoing efforts to address this matter, the lack of response suggests that the growth of the International Extended Day program may not currently be receiving the attention it requires. Learning Italian is more than acquiring a second language. It builds cultural pride, strengthens community ties, and improves cognitive and academic performance. I respectfully ask that the board to distribute a comprehensive survey to the parents of students at Pope Francis. With clear data and demonstrated interest, we can establish a program that meets the community's needs and honors its values. Thank you for your time and for considering this important step forward for Pope Francis Catholic Elementary School.
Thank you so much, Ms. DiFrancesco. Are there